Shalom, shalom, my brothers and sisters. This is Brother War Smith-Bey coming to you live on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things going on in Florida right now, and our brothers and sisters and all others are traumatized by this incoming hurricane called Milton. Milton is said to hit the land as a Category 3 hurricane. I hope Allah bless those people and give them refuge from what is about to happen. I would hate to see it as a repeat of Katrina. That's a pretty bad thing when you got to evacuate millions of people from a particular area because of a pending disaster. Today's topic is, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And you hear this around town quite a bit, but nobody never takes the time to break down what this is saying. And it's not a joke. It's a reality of what's actually happening here in America. And this kind of stuff really gets to a lot of people. I mean, it is pretty sad that this is what it takes to get us to begin what we need to begin as the American people. We have to do a lot in order to get ourselves prepared. And right now, I'm sorry to say we're not prepared. And it is a fact that it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. But having a gun and ain't having no damn knowledge on how to operate it and how to use it and where to use it really ain't worth a damn, because many of us might own a gun, but you see too much trickery going on with the use of a gun. Our people are not in the habit of brandishing firearms without trying to use it for a particular purpose. I really want to emphasize the importance of knowing how to use a gun, because right now I don't think many of us know how to use one, and we still think that we can defend our homes with a broomstick, something I mean, an idiot ought to know better than to try and go to the front door with a broomstick in your hand, thinking you're going to defend your home. But you have to realize that this ain't a joke, and I just want to say that too many times, because when you walk to that front door with that broom, and then you snatch the door open thinking you're gonna make a difference here, and that person standing outside that door holds a Glock 17 with 16, 17 rounds. You effed. You're done. You are done. This is the Black News Network, the real voice of Black U.S.A, broadcasting live from the desk of the Emissary. I am your host, Warren Smith, and we're broadcasting from a Black point of view. I do not own the rights to the music, but I do own the rights to what I say. Thank you for joining us today. We should have a good discussion about guns and about the rabbit having the gun. Us being the rabbit, it's difficult for us to really get down like that. So what we're going to talk about is who has the power and how they have the power. And it ain't really there's no question about it that our situation in America is frugal. We're really not important to society until society falls short. And if society don't fall short, then what the fuck they need us for? And that is the problem. We're not people. We're not recognized until society has a need for us. And if they never have a need for us, we never get recognized. And it can go decades before there's a need for us again. And in those decades that we're not needed, we're being slaughtered in the streets, not only by ourselves. We're not killing as many of us as white people kill us. We're not killing as many of us as police kill us. Everybody kills black people. You know, I'm not saying it doesn't happen to other folks. I'm just letting you know that this is what it's all about. It's about you, me, and our culture. That's it. I don't push the fact that I need to talk about anybody or anything else other than you, me, and our culture. 43,000 were killed, has been killed in Lebanon. Israel is slaughtering those people over there. And you want to ask the question, what is genocide? Genocide is exactly what you see there. Of course, they did a terrible thing by attacking Israel. Nobody condoned that. That was wrong. They were absolutely 100% unequivocally wrong for attacking Israel. And Israel is making them pay dearly. 60% of the people that Israel had killed over there in Lebanon are women and children. They didn't do it. They didn't attack you. But Netanyahu don't give a damn. He is intent to wipe out that whole culture. That's genocide. That is genocide. I always like to try on Wednesdays. I want to put some words out there. And today I'm going to put out 2 words, 3 words, if I can look it up fast enough. The first one is warrant. Warrant. It's a writ directing or authorizing someone to do an act. One directing a law enforcer to make an arrest, a search, or a seizure. Now, it doesn't say anything about a killing, but that's what normally happens when they do these no-knock warrants. And no-knock warrants is at the discretion of the city that makes the law for that city. The other word I want to discuss is because this word is inside of something we're going to discuss in a second. Infringe or infringement. The subject is willfully infringement or infringer. Someone who interferes with one of the exclusive right of a patent, copyright, or trademark of owner or person. These words that I just read to you are found in what we call Black's Law Dictionary. And I encourage each of you to get one of these dictionaries. You know, one thing about it is you never hear about this dictionary. Nobody will ever tell you that these are the words that this country abides by. You can use the other dictionary, the Webster dictionary, or what is it? I got the Marion College dictionary. You can use either one of those, but those are just general dictionaries. This is the law. This is the law of America. So if you don't have, if you have to look up stuff a lot, you better get you one of these. Get you a Black's Law Dictionary. It's always important to make sure that you're educating yourself every day. And if you can only just learn one word a day, that's fine. One word a day is beautiful. You don't have to learn a whole lot of stuff in one day. I mean, every day, one word a day, 2 words a day. That's all. That's all you need to know. 43,000 people dead in Lebanon. That's sad. Now Israel is getting attacked from the back end now. See, Lebanon is on the shore side of Israel, and Israel and Iran is on the other side, the west side of Israel. Now Israel is only like, I think it's what, 40 million people or something, but the land mass is very small, and what they're trying to do is expand because they don't have enough land, and they're trying to they get any damn reason they can to go over and attack those people in Lebanon. But now they got a major force on their hand because Iran has 5 times the land mass and maybe 10 times the people. So it ain't enough they can do to stop Iran. You know, they may get the little shit from the USA to shoot down missiles and everything else when Iran launched those missiles, and then they may pinpoint some attacks over there in that country. But Iran is a big ass country, and it's going to take a lot to get them in the condition that they put Lebanon in. And I don't think they're going to ever get Iran in the same position that they got Lebanon. It's a big difference. And we have to know that this is something to draw America in. We just said not even 2 weeks ago that we are going to deploy advisors. And where do you think those advisors are going to go? They're going to go to Israel. Now, if you are old enough, you know how the U.S. got sucked into the Vietnam War. You know. And the same thing that we're doing now with Lebanon. We're so fucking stupid, man. We just watch history repeat itself, repeat itself, repeat itself. Now we're getting sucked in again under the same pretenses that we got sucked into the Vietnam War and putting American soldiers in harm's way. You know that this is some shit that ain't gonna die soon. You know that Iran is a motherfucker, and you know that Israel ain't gonna stop trying to kill some damn body. Excuse me. You know this. Hurricane Milton is running about 120 miles an hour at a Cat 3. Money from the federal government has gone to North Carolina, has gone to West Virginia and South Carolina, all those states that have been tremendously affected by Hurricane Helene, or Helena. I like to call it Helena. That is something that we have to take pay attention to 2 hurricanes in 2 weeks. And if another hurricane pops up after this one, Milton, go through, then you can't be naive enough to know that that's not Allah, God at work. That's God at work. Now, everybody claim here to be Christians and to love God and Jesus and everything else. Now, you never realize that Christianity ain't been the thing since life began. So once you start to dissect what's really going on here, you realize that there were other types of religion when the Catholic Church decided to push the religion or the Christianity on the people with the Crusaders. And the Crusaders were basically, it started out as the Knights of the Round Table, and then they made the Knights of the Round Table Christians. And then the Knights of the Round Table became Christians, and they joined what they call the Rose Cross. So if you picture the people on horses with white robes and a red cross on the white robe, these were the assassins of the Catholic Church. And that's exactly what they did. In other words, they come to your city and tell you that everybody in this city gonna convert to Catholicism. And if you don't, you're dead. We're taking your city and everything in it. And then you're gonna convert anyway. They were a formidable force of spreading religion. They got so damn powerful that eventually they were put to sleep too. They were put to sleep. They were put to sleep. They got the Rose Cross, the Crusaders evolved into the Knights Templars. The Knight Templars were the original bankers, because all over Europe they had established posts where they had taken control of all of this territory. So you could live on one end of the territory and go to the Knights Templar and give them cash or silver or whatever the currency was at that time, and they would give you a piece of paper with a note. And if you were moving to the other end of their empire, you could take that note to the other end, and then they would give you whatever is on that note in currency. So they technically established the banking system. Now, keep in mind how these people evolved from the Knights of the Round Table to the Crusaders, who were in actuality the Rose Cross. They call them the Rose Cross. And the Rose Cross evolved into Knights Templar. Knights Templar evolved into banking. And it is alleged that the Knights Templar held the bast where Jesus drank out of. And that's what everybody has looked for the last 200-300 years, since Jesus was crucified. If you intend to send something or do something for these hurricanes that are going through, the what they call it, the Red Cross, they have established a web page where you can make donations. It's called HELENEHELP.org, HeleneHelp.org. And I'm absolutely sure that this one website is going to cover both of these hurricanes. But you notice that the Red Cross is normally always the first on the scene to try and help people, feed people. They do all these wonderful things. But all of the country right now are sending people. San Antonio sent 200 people down there to help with different things from electrical to sewer to water to distribution of power to everything. So all these cities, these major cities are sending help. So there should never, ever in the history of this country be another Katrina. But Katrina was a wake up call that the climate is changing. And when the climate change, we have to suffer the consequences of the climate because we can build any damn army we want. It is no opponent for Mother Nature. Mother Nature will kick anybody's ass. Why are these hurricanes only tearing up this peninsula? Are we the biggest devils? Are we the worst people? We still getting to the guns. In Baton Rouge, the police department created this thing called the Brave Cage or the Brave Cave. And what the police would do, and let me tell you what the Brave Cave is. It is an abandoned warehouse in the middle of a fenced-in lot, and only the police had access to it. They would take a hostage or take a person that they want to interview or interrogate, and they would take them inside this big gate. Then they would take them inside this building and put them in a chair and chain them to the chair. And then they would beat the shit out of them and interrogate them and make them tell. It was almost like a war. They interrogating these kids and making them give up information. And then they don't even arrest half of them. They take them back home. So they are being sued right now. And many officers have been put on administrative leave because they abuse their power by doing what they did to those people. They even took a 16-year-old pregnant girl to the Brave Cave and made her strip naked. And they searched, they searched all her stuff. Then they had her put her clothes back on, and then they took her back home. Police are out of hand all over this country. They are out of hand. We, as Black people, and I'd say 95% of the people they took to the Brave Cave were Black because they have no idea the capacity and the capability of our community once we do this. So they are doing everything they can to keep us like this. And the worst part about it, we don't need to help them keep us like this. All we need to do is show a little bit of unity, and they get afraid. Because, it was so bad where they created laws where we couldn't have 5 people in one place, 5 Black people, because they're scared as hell. They know we're going to fuck them up because of the shit that they did to us. They know it. So, but we're not going to do it. We're not like them. And that's the problem. The other day, somebody asked me, why did the Moors go into Europe and teach them how to take a damn bath or teach them how to organize a city? And I said, we're not like them. We have compassion. We have hearts. We have souls. We have the triple sixes. And see, they painted the triple sixes as Satan, right? But hell to the no, though that is the makeup of melanin. I don't know what they call it, 6 carbons, 6 this and 6 this, which makes up melanin. Look it up. Triple sixes make up melanin. So they're trying to make us believe that those 3 6s are the devil. And it's bullshit. If you believe all this bullshit that they've been pushing down your throat, then you're as gullible as they need you to be. Don't do it, man. Learn. You got to research it. You can't just take their word for it. Look at this man that had those people held in this plastic factory. And then he gonna come on TV and say he was one of the last to leave. He's the owner now. He said he was one of the last to leave, but that fucker ran out of there so damn fast. When that water started rising, it ain't even funny. He was one of the first to leave. Get his ass out and go home. Left all those people down there, and certain people died trying to get the rest of the people out. They strip searched teenager, one pregnant girl, and many of them were never charged with a crime. And if you're paying attention to the news, you notice that Kyrie Nichols, the individual that got beat to death by these black cops up in New Orleans, I believe more than all of them have been convicted, but I know for sure 2 have been convicted and they're going to jail. So they lost. They're in jail now. I don't know about the other ones, but I know 2 are. They beat that kid to death. And it's allegedly stated that they beat that kid to death because that kid was dating one of the police officer's ex-girlfriends. And I guess the police officer wanted her back, and he couldn't get her back. This is the Black News Network. Go join us at BNN247. Like us on Facebook, BNN247, The War Report, or War Smith-Bey. Subscribe to us on YouTube. All you got it doesn't cost you anything to join our team. Only thing it's going to do is let you know when we have a broadcast coming out. And the broadcast that we bring out, you may like. You may just like the broadcast. So look at what we're talking about today. We're getting to our topic, which we're going to go to it right now. But we discuss things that affect our people in our community. Look up BNN 247. We really would appreciate that. Subscribe to us, like us, make a comment, because I will definitely respond to your comments. There are 433 million guns on the streets of America. It's not counting the guns sitting in the rack at Academy or at the pawn shop or anywhere else. These are guns that are on the street today. 433 million guns. So I try to break that down between black and white. You know, there's some other ones in there, but black and white is more important than anything for us. White people hold 38% of those 433 million guns. 38% of 433 million guns is 77 million guns on the streets of America in the hands of white people. 77 million. Let that sink in. It's a lot of damn guns. Okay. So we know that white people are 38% responsible. They have 38% of 433 million guns, which equates to 77 million guns. What about black people? All right, black people hold 24% of the 433 million guns. So white people got 38%, black people got 24%. Oh, you said in the back of your mind, that ain't so bad, but it's terrible. 24% of 433 million guns is 9,800,000 guns. So right now, if we had a black and white war, a race war, the black people got 9.8 million guns White people got 77 million guns. Listen, white people got 77 million guns. Black people got 9.8 million guns. That's a lot of guns on both sides, but 77 million is 68 million more than what we have. So listen, they have 68 million more guns than black people. 68 million more guns than black people. But that 9.8 million guns is exactly what this topic is about. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Because that 9.8 million guns got them mofos scared as shit. They're scared. Because that 9,800,000 guns, 800,000 guns, will take out at least 5 per person. See, they got all these guns. So basically, what it boils down to, one white person may have 50 to 75, maybe even 100 guns. How many can they shoot? How many guns can one person shoot at one time? You may get 2 handguns, but you can only shoot 1 rifle. You can't. You really can have. You can have 10, 100, a trillion guns, but if you can't shoot but 1, you're still screwed. This is important. The numbers I just gave you are important because we have, as of the last census, we have 204 million white people in America. We only have 41.5 million black people in America. Quite a big difference. A big difference. That's why you see the disparity in the number. You see 77 million versus 9.8 million. You see 38% versus 24%. You see 204 million versus 41.5 million. The numbers tell the story. You know what condition you're in right now. So basically, you're saying our culture, we know we got to take out at least 5, 10 people, 10 apiece. Because if we don't take out those 10 apiece, we're going to disappear. Our family's going to disappear. Can you imagine them doing us like they're doing Lebanon here in America, which we're in the same boat as the Lebanese people, and you standing up there talking about I stand with Israel? Stupid. You don't realize what you're talking about because you might well be a Lebanese because you stand in the same damn place that they do. And if push come to shove, your ass will be getting ran up out of here too. That's why they have so many damn guns, because the intent would be to run us up out of here if they had to. But there are some black people that's going to fight to the death. We have to stand our ground. That's a lot. We always say, well, ain't nobody going to infringe on my Second Amendment right. And that is why I looked up the word infringements, because I wanted you to realize what the word means before I got to the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment gives us they give a citizen the right to keep and bear arms. They give a citizen the right to keep and bear arms. Second Amendment gives us the right to keep and bear arms, and it shall not be infringed. In other words, they can't take your guns. They can't make you go without guns. But see, there's always some trickery in the entire process. There's a lot of trickery behind this shit. And the biggest thing that they do, they ensure that we are not qualified to buy a handgun. And when we're not qualified to buy a handgun, we are vulnerable because we can't vote. We can't do a lot of shit. And because we can't do a lot of shit, we suffer from the benefits of what's happening here in America. And because we are suffering from the benefits, from not having the benefits of what's going on here in America, we end up on the doo-doo end of the stick. And that's the sad part. We're not in a position to defend ourselves. We're not in a position to raise any hell about what's actually happening in America today. All we have to do now is just go along with whatever they say is happening here in America. Now, let's say you got picked up for some trumped up charges and you got a charge on you, and it ended up eventually being dismissed. But you've been to jail for 6 months or a year or so. So now you're considered a felon, or you got a felony conviction and you got released on your own recognizance. I want you to see how hard it is for a ex-felon, a formerly incarcerated person. I want you to see how hard it is for that person to become a citizen where they can vote, for one, and buy firearms for two. Texas Board of Pardon and Parolees full pardon application instruction. I'm going to just read a little bit. Before you begin, you must have the following documents to complete the application. Number one, offense report for all arrests, including those that did not result in conviction. Now, that is saying to you, if you're coming out of jail and you're trying to get your stuff straight, that it doesn't matter if you were detained for a traffic ticket, they want you to have documentation on that traffic ticket, because the moment you apply for this pardon or this right to vote and the right to bear arms, so the Constitution does not be evasive from you, you miss a damn traffic stop, you miss a ticket, you're going to get disqualified right off the bat. And that is the problem. This is Texas. They want you to have all this shit before you even think about getting a pardon or getting that felony lifted off your record. Even though you serve your time, you've done whatever probation that you had to go through, you completed that. Because when you get on probation, y'all, let me just make sure you understand something. When you on probation, you got to pay for it. You don't just get probation and go on about your damn business. Every single month when you go see your probation officer, you better have your checkbook or you better have the cash to pay, because you got to pay. And you fuck around, don't pay, your ass going right back to jail. So it's a system that's designed to screw you. And that's exactly what it does. And they know we are the ones who struggle the most to get money. That's why we rob and take and do whatever we have to do to survive. Yes, we do. I heard a man say the other day, black people own one thing, and that is sweat. That's all we own, sweat. Why? What are you talking about, Smith-Bey, when you said black people own sweat? We own sweat because we don't own any manufacturing or any retail or wholesale operations. What we own is sweat from basketball, sweat from football, sweat from jumping and dancing and bucking around on the stage like a damn fool. We own sweat from that shit. We own sweat from entertainment. We will own sweat from everything that entertain white people. That's where we earn our sweat from. We don't earn our sweat from building something. And what bothers me the most is when we try and build something here, when a black man goes out and try to build something, it's black people that fuck it up. It's that damn simple. Black people got to understand when you go into a black business, they're not there to give you shit. They're there to make money. So don't go in there talking about, well, can I get one rib? But that's what we got a problem of doing. It's going in a black business and not giving it the same respect and dignity that you give a white business. You don't go to McDonald's talking about, well, let me get them fries for free this time. I'll pay you when I get back. Can I get half them fries and I'll pay you half on it? Talking all that dumb shit. I've seen millionaires come into black businesses and act like the biggest clown there ever was. The biggest clown there ever was. People with tons of damn money, but don't want to pay $5 fucking for some bullshit or for something they want. They want you to give it to them. What the hell for? And then, you know, you got, I don't even want to get on this subject because it's deep for me. Back to the felons. The felons have to do too much. We read number 1, offense reports for all arrests, including those that did not result in a conviction. Number 2, certified court documents for all arrests. I don't even have to go into that one. That's some bullshit. Certified documents for all arrests. In other words, knowing you ain't got much money, you got to go to the courthouse and pay to get those documents certified and stamped by the court officer so you can present those with this application that you may not have every damn thing, and they're going to deny it when they figure out you don't have everything. And you went and spent all your damn money to get this shit together, and they turn your ass around saying you ain't getting shit. And then they tell you you cannot reapply for the next 6 months. It's a damn system that fucks us over. We are in jail for the most pettiest bullshit. It may not be as bad as it is today, as it was from 1866 to 1990. They were locking black people up like 40 going east. Bill Clinton started that shit, and everybody, oh, that's a black man president. You're damn lie. That motherfucker ain't no black man president. He locked up more people than any damn body in the White House. More than Donald Trump did, I can tell you that. I don't like that orange fucker either. Just to let you know. Kamala Harris, same situation. She locked up more black people than any district attorney in California, in the history of California. She locked up black men with that three strike, you're out law. You get picked up for jaywalking. You get picked up for public intoxication. You get picked up for vagrancy. 3 strikes. You go into jail for 5 years. 5 freaking years for 3 misdemeanor infractions. Simple as that. You're going to jail. She spearheaded the highway to jail for black people. Between her, Bill Clinton, and Ronald Reagan, our prison system, which is the greatest in the world, There's no Russia don't even have more people in jail than we do. We went from having like 175,000 people in jail in 1970 to having over 1.4 million people in jail in 2000. What occurred during that time? What occurred was Black people gained power. We gained money, we gained independence, we gained every freaking thing we needed to survive in our own damn culture. And so here comes the greatest demand of all that fucked it up. We were on our way. And it's almost like when this guy came into power or came to be a representative of us, he hit us like COVID hit America. I am so sad to say that this man hit us like COVID hit America. And it made us as weak and vulnerable as we could ever be in life. And I don't know if I don't even know if you know who I'm talking about, but if you don't know who I'm talking about, I'm talking about the man who made us integrate our schools where we got discriminated against, we got miseducated, we got damn beat, we got expelled, we got everything that happened to us because of these schools. Our kids no longer came out of school with a head on their shoulders. They don't know how to do shit but take and shoot and kill and try and take over the block that they don't own. Don't come on my block. You've seen it in the movies. What happened during that from 1866 to 1970 was this. We created our own societies, our own towns. And they look like this. This is not all the towns we had. These are just the ones that got fucked up. And I'm being vagrant and blunt about it because that's exactly what it was. We got fucked up and they took it from us. Central Park, New York, they took it from Black people. They took that shit. Everywhere we had a settlement and they wanted it, they took it. They ain't paid for shit. Just like they took the Louisiana Purchase for a penny an acre. That's some bullshit. You got the whole damn Midwest America for $25. Maybe more than that. I'm just using that. Look, East St. Louis, 1917. East St. Louis was a thriving Black community. So what happened? Some bullshit happened. So everybody came in. The white folks gathered, white folks from all over the state, all the other states, and they gathered together with their guns and they went in there and started killing Black people. So Black people ran. They left because they didn't have the gunpowder to fight what was coming at them. And that is so ironic that you think about what I just told you. 9.8 million versus 77 million guns. Same shit that you see right here under this Black massacred map is the same shit that's gonna happen if the shit hit the fan again. We're gonna get our asses kicked and handed to us because we think we're liked in this country. We think it's okay to live here because we got a couple dollars in the bank. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with us. You got it fucked up if you believe that shit. And I've been using the F word a lot because the F word brings down my anger. It's almost like a shot in the arm to keep me from saying more than what I would normally say. Look at all these damn places that got fucked up. All of these townships that were devastated over some bullshit. And the one that we talk about the most is Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Most everybody don't know what happened in Tulsa, but some people know, and I'd like the people that don't know to know. Tulsa, Oklahoma was burned to the ground. I mean, Black Wall Street, that's what they called it. It was burned to the ground. And they dropped bombs and all kind of shit on that town. But the reason it happened, and these black people had guns there too now, don't get it wrong. They had guns. They had firepower. They had ex-military people there too. The fella, one of the boys worked downtown in a shop where he was a shoe shine boy. And he could not use the facilities where he worked. So in order for him to use the facility, he had to run to the next block and then take the elevator or the stairs to the second or third floor to use the bathroom to relieve himself. And then he had to do all this in 10 minutes. Did you see the numbers, these women that calculated how they went to the moon? How Taraji P. Henson had to run over into the bathroom in the rain, and nobody paid attention. They didn't give a fuck. You ain't using our bathroom. And then the director came and knocked the damn colored only sign, whites only sign down. This is the shit we contend with. We cannot expect our prosecutor. We cannot expect our enslaver to give us what we need to be free. We think we're free now, but we're not. We're not. We're so vulnerable right now. We're like a wet piece of toilet paper. All they got to do is drop a pebble on it, and we're fragile. We tear apart. They got us in that condition. We are conditioned for failure as a culture. And we allow it to happen, to continue to happen. You know, we got pockets of people talking shit and doing things, but we are allowing America to fuck our heads up so bad that we still don't get together and do this. You know, some of us go out of our way and put everything we have on the line to bring us together. And at the end of the day, you get fucked. Because we are so afraid of what the white man might say. See, if you look around, you see us walking, we try and be the beautiful people that we are, but we're lying to ourselves. We are lying to ourselves. You got all these organizations. Black people got more damn organizations than anybody I ever seen in my life. Organization for this, and they all do the same damn thing. Act like ain't shit else to do. But all the organizations, they're different with different names, different charters, different costumes. And they do the same thing. They do the same damn thing. And some of us just got a plethora of freaking organizations in organizations. And it just, I don't know what's happening up here with us, but we done wasted so much damn money and so much damn time fucking around with stupidity. We wasted a lot. We've wasted our lives thinking we're doing good by joining and operating under these umbrellas. And all these umbrellas are doing is taking our money and feeding that money to the top, just like we do at church. You know, without the church, Black people would not be where they are today, which we ain't too damn far, but we're somewhere. We needed the Black church when we came out of slavery, because that was the only place for us to unify. That's the only place we could go and be together and strategize and come up with something to do something. Or we went to a juke joint down in the swamps. You're either in church or you're in the juke joint. They both are in the swamps, really, or in the middle of no damn where. So during that time, we needed that. But as an individual human being, ain't nothing you needed when you were a toddler that you need now. You don't need it now. You don't need a damn thing that you needed as a toddler. You don't need it now. It's the principle of what's happening here. When you came off the plantation, consider yourself a toddler, not knowing a damn thing about what you're about to encounter. So you needed something to help you get through that. You're not a toddler any damn more, but you're still acting like one. You're going in there, you got your palms up in the air, you got your eyes closed while your damn pockets are being robbed. Stupid asses. How long can you be a fool? That's some heavyweight shit there. And it's all about awareness. If you are too afraid to become aware of who you are a bigger fool than most people think you are. Ain't nobody out here trying to elevate you but you. And if you don't get that through your head, then you're doomed. You're doomed. Why? Even with the preacher in the pulpit, would he elevate you? If he elevated you, that's less money for him. You ain't giving up your money no more. So why would he elevate you? Damn. He ain't gonna elevate you. He gonna keep you right where you are so you can keep giving him money, thinking you getting some damn where, and you ain't getting no damn where. You come away from there worse than you were before you got there because you got less when you leave there. You got less. And you do this every week. And then they got to the point where, oh, well, I need your W-2 form to see how much money you make because I want to make sure you're paying your 10% and you give it to them. You want to be a part of something so bad that you give it to them. And all the time, you don't realize you're taking from your family. You're taking from the core of your life. You're giving up your money to an entity that ain't gonna give you shit but a talking. And then you go back and say, damn, I wish I could go on vacation, but I didn't save enough money in my Christmas account or this other account to go do it. So shit, I'll wait till next year. I'll try next year. So you go back to slaving, putting your nose to the grindstone for another year. And before you know it, you're 65 fucking years old and you're still working. And you ain't got enough money to go on vacation then either. See, we're the only culture that work all our damn lives and end up broke. And we end up broke because we're too damn selfish to help somebody else gain millions. It's so damn easy. All you have to do is insure somebody in your family. Insure somebody. Somebody got to pay it. You claim to be so damn well off. You got money to get to these bullshit ass organizations. Why can't you put that money into something that's going to make you where you need to be, put you where you should be, or put your family where you should be, instead of elevating every damn body else in the damn city except for you. I ain't telling you to be selfish. I ain't telling you not to give. What I'm telling you is give to yourself first, fool. Stop giving away your shit when you don't even have what you need. You driving a raggedy ass car to church, you need some brakes, an oil change, some new tires, but you can't get it because you done put the damn $500 or $600 for your tires in the church. So now you driving around and your shit break down on 35. You calling one of your church members, man, can you come get me? Oh man, I just took my shower. I'm in the bed now. I can't do it, man. Uh, try so and so. He might be able. He might be still up and can do it for you. Nobody gonna do shit for you. Your ass is on your own. If you ain't got AAA, or if you ain't got the tools in your car to get out there and do it your damn self, you fucked. That damn simple. So if you're doing something, you're investing in something, you better get something out of it. You better get something out of it. And don't think your investment stops at the church. It doesn't. Your investment applies to every damn thing you do, from your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your fiance, your wife, your husband, your job. You better be getting something out of it. Everything that you encounter outside of your household is either an asset or a liability. Even in your household, it's an asset or a liability. Your children are liabilities. Your spouse should be an asset. We're in a bad damn way when it comes to these damn guns. And we ain't the damn rabbit because we ain't got enough damn guns. We got enough to make a dent and shit, but we gonna get fucked up in the long run. Because we fail to prepare. We have failed to prepare. And if we don't prepare ourselves for what's coming our way, you know, Allah, God, is showing us what's coming. You see what's happening here. 2 major hurricanes back to back. One take out the East Coast, northern East Coast, and the next one's taking out southern East Coast. What's next? There's other shit gonna happen. You just need to be ready. And if you ain't ready, you screwed. You can have all the money in the world, but if you ain't preparing yourself, you think you can go to the front door with a broom? Watch what happens. People ain't taking time to talk to you anymore or threaten you anymore. They just bust a cap in your ass. People are getting pissed off driving down the road. You're driving down the road, you cut somebody off and you cussing inside your car because you think they can't drive and you the best driver out there. You don't know if that person got guns, or you don't know what's happening there, and that person might go into a road rage situation where they gonna fuck you up because you ain't gonna do shit but talk shit. You say, oh man, I'm just talking shit in the car. I didn't mean no harm. I'm sorry I cut you off. They don't want to hear that bullshit. People dying on the highway because of dumb shit. You gotta be careful, black man, because you got everything against you. And you think you're a citizen is the first fuck up. You're not a citizen. The 14th Amendment is invalid. And when they try to put it to use and use it as a statute to get something done, you'll see that shit ain't worth the damn ink on the paper. Because it violates the 5th Amendment, where the 5th Amendment says we're going to pay all our debts. The 14th Amendment says I ain't paying shit. If I don't want to pay it, I ain't paying nothing. But see, the USA got a deficit of trillions of dollars. They owe trillions of dollars to all these motherfucking countries with a lot of gold. China is one. US owe China money. And they have to pay it. And then you get an international credit rating, and our credit rating drops as a country because we're not paying our debts on time. But yet, you go out and you can give somebody $1 billion or $250 billion for a bullshit war, and none of that, half of that money don't even get to the fucking battlefield. But we started pumping money into these people. And every time something happens, the only thing the federal government does is allocate money, but this time they're doing a lot more, but for the most part, money. And that money goes to where? It goes to the government of a city, and the government of a city squeeze out pennies to people that need it, and they end up with 60% of that money left over in the city because they never sent it out to who needed it. That's everywhere. Even when Obama declared the east side of San Antonio the promised zone, he gave all his money to SAGE, to the city of San Antonio, and then told them, you use this money for this geographical area only. So the money is allocated to the area that Obama thinks is the black area, but ain't no damn blacks left over there. But still, ain't no blacks got none of that money. Maybe one or two, because they had an insider. But the people that applied for that money, for the most part, got denied. And the first part of the money was a $10,000 storefront grant. And listen to what I said, a $10,000 storefront grant, which means they give you that money. But so they came up with all this bullshit. In order for you to get the money, you got to provide a bank statement with $20,000 plus dollars in it. You got, what the fuck I need your 10 for if I got 20,000 in my bank account? See, they come up with these rules that don't make no damn sense in order for you to get a measly ass $10,000. That money go through your fingers in damn 30 minutes. That's the bullshit. And they had a whole lot of other programs where they were supposed to give you money, and they didn't do it. That's why that same organization, San Antonio Growth for the East Side, SAGE, ended up switching directors every 6 months because every director went in there and lined their pockets and got moved up. That's what they do. They fuck up and move up. Worse than the military. People fuck up and they move them up. Sad shit. This is the Black News Network, the real voice of Black USA, broadcasting live every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and again on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. This week's topic, this Sunday's topic, we're going to go deeper into Ain't No Fun When the Rabbit Got the Gun. And we're going to ask you to join us there so you can hear our comments and our commentation on this particular topic. And in the meantime, you better go out and start looking at your guns and looking at the ones you want, and you better put that damn broomstick down because that shit ain't doing you no good. Peace, love, and happiness. I will see you all on Sunday. And I want to thank you for watching the Black News Network, the real voice of Black U.S.A.